Welcome to Live Interactive English, everyone. Hello, I am Mike.
Hello, I'm Rainbow.
And today we are going to be taking a look at our live talk unit all about a safe day at the beach.
Ooh, and it has to be a safe one, not just a regular day.
You know, you don't want to die at the beach. That would really ruin your holiday.
No sharks.
No.
No water accidents.
Drowning is not fun, so let's not do that. And let's also protect the environment because, of course, when you're at the beach, you are out there in nature, literally in nature if you go swimming, and you want to make sure that you keep the beach safe for both you and all the other wonderful creatures and animals and other things that share it with you. This is a great time to do this. Of course, it's August. It's 1,000,000 degrees outside here in Taiwan. So going to the beach, if you can't get to a swimming pool, although beaches are kind of better in some ways, that's a cool way to cool off, a cool way to cool off, a good way to cool off. But we should also say this is Ghost Month, or around Ghost Month. So we want to be extra safe at the beach, although we have to warn people, the things we're going to tell you about today have nothing to do with avoiding ghosts at the beach. No, you have to do that on your own. We cannot help you with that.
Don't go there at night.
Just go do a lot of bye-bye before you hit the beach or something. No, here we're talking about practical things you can actually do in your real life to protect yourself and the beach. So let's find out how to spend a safe day at the beach for everyone, even for the ghosts.
Declan and Jemima are in their house. They are getting ready to go to the beach.
So, what should we take with us?
Well, keeping hydrated is very important. So I'm taking the cooler and putting 2 big bottles of water in it.
Good idea. Can we keep sandwiches and sodas in it too?
Of course. We'll also need sun hats and sunscreen so that we don't get burned.
Agreed. And maybe a big umbrella to keep the sun off us.
Perfect. I'll pack a couple of light scarves too. They are perfect for covering up exposed skin.
Great.
All right, so yes, a safe day at the beach. We have a couple of little dialogues to get through, so let's get into it. Part 1 is packing for a trip to the beach, because of course you want to make sure you're prepared and get everything ready before you leave your house, and a part of that is packing, or getting together all of the things you will take with you on your little journey. It says here, Declan and Jemima are in their house. They are getting ready to go to the beach. So, of course, they're going to get all the things they need. Declan begins the dialogue. He has no idea. Declan is clueless. Declan just says, so what should we take with us? And I can imagine he's got a pair of skis, and he's got a basketball, and he's wearing a football helmet, and he's carrying a golf club. He has no idea what to take to the beach.
Jemima says, well, keeping hydrated is very important. So I'm taking the cooler and putting 2 big bottles of water in it.
Ah, okay.
Good idea.
I was going to say take a swimming suit
Yeah, right?
to cover your body at the beach.
You could get like water
when
at
you
the
go swimming.
7-Eleven.
But yes, no, water is also important. For those of you who don't know, you can't drink seawater. All right, so you can't just, oh, we're going to be by the ocean. There's lots of water there. No, you don't. You got to bring your own water or buy drinking water. So as Declan says, good idea. Bringing water is a good idea. We are animals. We must drink. We don't want to die at the beach with no water. And then he says, can we keep sandwiches and sodas in it too?
Ooh, good idea.
So they're going to bring this cooler, this box that is designed to keep things nice and
Picnic.
cool or cold for picnics and other things. If they put their water and their sandwiches, maybe some fruit or something in there, all of that will be nice and cool and tasty even a few hours later at the beach.
Jemima
Can they do that?
says-
Can they do that? Can they do that?
Of course.
Yes.
We'll also need sun hats and sunscreen so that we don't get burned. Very important. Very, very important.
Along with your swimming suit, of course, for swimming, you need to wear something when you're out of the water. The sun will be very strong. So having a shirt or a hat or both is a great idea. Agreed, says Declan. I agree. We don't want to get burned, and I assume he also agrees that bringing a sun hat and a shirt is a good idea. And he has actually an even better idea, and maybe a big umbrella to keep the sun off us. Notice that's a question, so his voice would go up. A big umbrella to keep the sun off us. Do you think this is a good idea?
Perfect.
Yes, it's a perfect idea.
I'll pack a couple of light scarves too.
Wow.
They are perfect for covering up exposed skin. She's very experienced.
That is very experienced, and it's very lucky also that they have that giant beach umbrella, because of course here we're not talking about a small umbrella you carry to keep the rain off you. We're talking about one of those really big ones that probably covers 2 or 3 people. You stick it in the sand, you open it up.
You could either rent one at the beach as well.
You can probably rent them too. Most people don't have those actually, but yeah, you can rent one. Anyways, this is great. They seem to have all the stuff that they need in terms of equipment to keep themselves cool and keep themselves, not being thirsty or hungry.
Or sunburned.
A fun thing to do. And a couple of something. A couple just basically means two of something. We don't say 2 of something. We might say a pair of something.
Few.
Or we might say a couple of something. It could actually be more than 2, right? You're just mean a small number, but generally a couple is thought of as the number 2 or 2 of something. I own a couple of dogs and 3 cats. I'm guessing you have 5 pets at home, 2 dogs, 3 cats. That makes 5 pets. And also a couple, what were they bringing? A couple of scarves.
A couple of scarves, and Declan says, great. And scarves are things that you put around your neck, but there's many uses for them. You can also put them around your shoulders if it's a little bit cold from the air conditioning. Yes, head. I do that too. When it rains, I tie it on my head. And then, when you're at the beach, it can really shield you from the sun. So that's important. Put this scarf around your neck to keep warm.
Yeah, and often we use another word, right? Because some of them are very thin, right?
That wouldn't, silk scarf.
The silk scarf, that wouldn't be good in the winter.
Satin
you might talk about a winter scarf or a wool scarf.
Or thick,
yeah, that would be a little different to keep your neck warm. So take the right scarf for the situation.
Yeah,
all right, guys, that's all the time we have for this dialogue. But we'll be back with more from the beach in a moment.
Bye-bye.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。这次的对话主题是海滩玩乐的安全须知。在第一段对话里面 ，Declan 和 Jemima 正在为他们的海滩行程做准备。Jemima 提到保持水分很重要，所以他会带冰桶，里面放2大瓶水。他还提到需要这个遮阳帽啊，还有防晒乳，这样才不会晒伤。Declan 同意他的说法，他认为也许还需要一把大伞来帮忙遮阳。那最后 Jemima 说，他还会打包2-3条的薄围巾，很适合用来遮盖暴露的皮肤。我们先看单字 couple，couple 它表示一对、一双或者是几个。我们可以用 a couple of 加名词来表达2-3个什么、2个什么什么。那么 scarf 它表示围巾、头巾，复数形是把 f 去掉再加 ves 变成 scarves。好，那么刚刚老师们聊到说 Jemima 很有经验，她都知道要带什么。这时候我们可以用到 experienced， 就是在 experience 后面再加上 d， 那这个形容词就是有经验的、老练的。好，这边一个重点，我们进入文法时间。这边我们来整理一下 cover up 的用法。第一个呢，我们可以用 cover up 来表达遮盖、覆盖，可以当及物或者是不及物用。举例来说 ，After taking some painkillers。He went back to bed and covered himself up with his blanket. 吃了一些止痛药之后，他回到床上并盖上毯子。第二个，我们可以用 cover up 来表达掩饰、隐瞒，那它是当及物用，之后常常会接负面的名词，像是 crime 罪行、mistake 错误、problem 问题、scandal 丑闻等等。举例来说 ，When you make a mistake, don't try to cover it up or blame it on others. 当你犯错时，不要试图掩盖或者是怪罪到别人身上。好，接话课文中。
Declan and Jemima are lying on the beach.
Hey, would you mind getting my sunscreen out of the bag?
Declan, you shouldn't be using this sunscreen. It contains chemicals that damage the coral in the sea.
Really? I had no idea.
Here. Use mine. It's eco-friendly.
Okay, thanks. I'll use it instead.
No problem. Remember, we should put on aloe vera gel when we get home.
Aloe vera gel? Why's that?
It cools the skin and helps if we get a bit burned.
Great idea. Let's do that.
All right, here we are with part 2 of a wonderful day at the beach. Part 2 is about being responsible at the beach because, of course, it's great to have fun at the beach. That's what you're there for. But you do want to have fun and be responsible. Be careful, recognize that you're a human and you're doing things and you don't want to affect the beach or nature or the environment in a bad way. You want to do the right things to be a person who is responsible and takes care of others and other things.
Exactly, and that's what responsible means. It means you follow the rules, you're very careful, you do things on time, you are trustworthy, you are thoughtful, you're careful, and you pay attention to what needs to be done. My brother is a responsible person. I know that I can trust him. He can get the job done, so I don't have to worry.
If he says he'll do it, it will be done. You can be confident of that. So what's happening here? Declan and Jemima are lying on the beach.
Having
Wonderful.
fun. They're finally there.
They've got their scarves, they've got their beach umbrella, there's the cooler with their drinks. They are having a great time. So let's see how the dialogue begins. Declan says to Jemima, hey, would you mind getting my sunscreen out of the bag? So that's another smart thing that they brought, a responsible thing to bring to, because of course, sunscreen will protect your skin from being damaged or burnt by the sun. So this is something that is good for your health, especially if you have very light skin that might burn easily, or if you go to the beach a lot, if you're a surfer or a beach bum of some kind, you don't want to get skin cancer and other things like that. So sunscreen is a very wonderful and smart thing to use. And next we read, it says, Jemima takes the sunscreen out of the bag and reads its label. This is the kind of thing you buy at a pharmacy or a drugstore, and it will have names and information on it. So as she's looking at it, something on the label of this sunscreen kind of catches Jemima's eye.
Declan, you shouldn't be using this sunscreen. It contains chemicals that damage the coral in the sea.
This is a thing that we have to be aware of now.
We have to take care of the animals in the ocean, the beings in the ocean, the organisms.
Exactly, yeah. And sunscreen is designed to protect your skin. That is true, but it's also made with lots of different chemicals that are not natural to the natural world, not natural, not healthy for things in the ocean. As Rainbow said, they could damage those things. Either the plants, the animals, the fish, or the coral, which are kind of like living animal plants sort of thing. But yes, if something is damaged, it's hurt, it's harmed, it's injured in some kind of way. It's not killed. We're not killing something if we damage or breaking or destroying it, but we're definitely hurting it in some kind of way. In the same way that if you fall and hurt yourself, you would hurt or injure yourself, often with a thing, we would say that thing got damaged.
That's ruined.
So if you have a crash on your bicycle, you might hurt your arm or your leg, but you would damage your bicycle. So the same idea. Now your arm or leg can be fixed, and the bicycle could be fixed too. So it's not ruined, it's not destroyed, it's just hurt or damaged. For example, a big fire damaged our house, but maybe we can rebuild it, repaint it, and then it will be as good as new in the future.
Okay, so Declan does not know about the sunscreen business.
Right, yes. Jemima was warning him that this sunscreen is not good to use. It can damage the coral, but as you say, yeah, Declan goes, really? Gendama? I had no idea. He didn't know anything about that. He wasn't aware that sunscreen can be dangerous to things in the ocean.
So Jemima is very prepared, of course. She has the stuff that she knows is good. She hands over, so it says Jemima handing over a different sunscreen. Here, use mine. It's eco-friendly. So here,
cool.
eco means it's good for the environment. Environmentally friendly. Ecologically friendly.
There you go.
Eco.
Yeah, I think it's actually the chemical that kind of sticks the sunscreen to your skin.
Is it?
That is what can damage the coral.
The stuff that makes it sticky?
Kind of makes it sticky and waterproof. Yeah. So this eco-friendly sunscreen is better for the ocean, but if you use it, I think you have to put it on a little bit more often.
Like once every hour.
Especially if you go swimming, it might get washed off. Yeah. But the good news is when it washes off, it won't hurt the things in the ocean.
Yeah, that's good.
So
and it's better for your skin too.
And it's probably better for your skin too. It works just as well. Okay, says Declan. Okay, thanks. Thank you for bringing this and telling me about my other sunscreen. I'll use it, the eco-friendly sunscreen. I'll use it instead.
Jemima says, no problem. Remember, we should put on aloe vera gel when we get home because that's really good for after the sun to cool your skin down. And Declan doesn't know that.
She said we should use aloe vera gel when we get home. Aloe vera gel. Notice that's another question, so his voice would rise there. I don't know what this is. Can you explain it to me, please? Aloe vera gel? What's that?
Why is that?
Well, why is that? And what's that too? But why is that more importantly? Yes.
Jemima says it cools the skin and helps if we get a bit burned. Immediately takes down the inflammation and it feels good on your skin and it won't be so red.
Yeah, and you can use this like if you burn yourself cooking or something as well, right? You get that red painful spot.
Layer of aloe vera.
Aloe vera gel is really good for that. Great idea, Declan says. Let's do that. He wants his skin to look smooth and beautiful and not kind of leathery and, wrinkled.
Dry.
Like it might if you spend too much time in the sun. So there you go. It sounds like they're going to have a great day at the beach and a great day tomorrow after the beach and not be covered in red, painful sunburns.
Yeah, thanks to Jemima.
Yeah, thanks to Jemima and her excellent planning. So good luck out there, guys. Enjoy your days at the beach. Be safe to yourself and to the environment. Take care of each other and the planet, and we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
好，第二段对话的标题是 Being responsible at the beach， 做个负责的海滩客。那么单字 responsible 它就是形容负责任的、有责任心的。对话里面的 Declan 和 Jemima 躺在海滩上 ，Declan 请 Jemima 从包包里面拿出她的防晒乳。这个 Jemima 她拿出防晒乳之后，她看一看标签，然后告诉 Declan 不应该用这款防晒乳，它含有会破坏海里珊瑚的化学物质。接着她把自己用的防晒乳拿给 Declan 用，说那是环保的。她还有叮咛回家要涂芦荟胶，这可以让肌肤降温。我们先来看单字 damage。Damage 是动词，表示破坏、损害。文中用到 eco-friendly， 它表示对环境友善的、环保的。那么这个字首 eco 就表示与生态有关的。我们最后补充一些老师没有用到的单字。Mike 老师提到说，常去海滩的人一定要做好防晒准备。那老师这时候用到 beach bum 是拼作 B-U-M，beach bum 表示热爱在海边消磨时间的人。老师还有用到 leathery 和 wrinkled 来描述糟糕的肤况。那么 leathery 就是在 leather 皮革后面加上 y， 那这个字可以形容是粗糙的。再来 wrinkled。W-R-I-N-K-L-E-D wrinkled 是形容皱巴巴的、有皱纹的。另外 Rainbow 老师在讲到保护海洋生物时，他有提到 organism O-R-G-A-N-I-S-M organism 表示生物、有机体。然后再讲到这个芦荟胶能够缓解发炎时，老师有用到 inflammation I-N-F-L-A-M-M-A-T-I-O-N inflammation 表示发炎、炎症。好，那么以上这些讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Declan and Jemima are in their house. They are getting ready to go to the beach.
So, what should we take with us?
Well, keeping hydrated is very important, so I'm taking the cooler and putting 2 big bottles of water in it.
Good idea. Can we keep sandwiches and sodas in it too?
Of course. We'll also need sun hats and sunscreen so that we don't get burned.
Agreed. And maybe a big umbrella to keep the sun off us.
Perfect. I'll pack a couple of light scarves too. They are perfect for covering up exposed skin.
Great.
Declan and Jemima are lying on the beach.
Hey, would you mind getting my sunscreen out of the bag?
Declan, you shouldn't be using this sunscreen. It contains chemicals that damage the coral in the sea.
Really? I had no idea.
Here. Use mine. It's eco-friendly.
Okay, thanks. I'll use it instead.
No problem. Remember, we should put on aloe vera gel when we get home.
Aloe vera gel? Why's that?
It cools the skin and helps if we get a bit burned.
Great idea. Let's do that.
Hi everyone. So what is a pathway? It is a track or trail that a person can walk along and is usually smaller and less developed than a walkway. Today, we are going to visit the Yun-Hsiao Ancient Pathway in Chiayi City that was built over 300 years ago. Let's travel together on this ancient route. Yun-Hsiao Ancient Pathway is a historic place in Chiayi City. It is one of the 4 ancient pathways in Chiayi City. This pathway was built about 300 years ago. It led to the north gate of Zhuluo City, the old name of Chiayi City. At that time, this pathway was a necessary route to Zhuluo City for people from Minxiong, Zhuqi, and Meishan. Now, there are many murals at Yun-Hsiao Ancient Pathway. These murals describe what the people's lives looked like in the past. One of the biggest features at Yun-Hsiao Ancient Pathway is cutting incense feet. Cutting incense feet is a handmade skill to make incense sticks. Its history is more than 100 years. However, fewer and fewer incense sticks are made by hand. Most of them are made by machines. In order to let more people know about cutting incense feet, they team up with local schools and hold some activities. They hope that they can inspire people to explore the culture and history of Yun-Hsiao Ancient Pathway. Being able to walk along a pathway built around 3 centuries ago really is a remarkable feeling, reminding us of the achievements and ways of life of people back then. If you appreciate having these kinds of connections with people of the past, then you definitely will enjoy visiting the Yun-Hsiao Ancient Pathway in Chiayi.